Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. If you are new, my name is Juliana. Thank you all to my old and new subscribers. Welcome back. So today we are going to design a bridal fan like I am holding. I did my own bridal fan some few weeks ago and I can't wait to share how I did it with you. So to get straight into it, you would need a fan. You would also need some fabrics, and you also need some trims, and you would need a feather. You would need a glue gun, and you would need some scissors. So I chose these because these are the colors of my fabrics. These were the colors of my fabrics. So depending on the color of your fabric, you are going to go for the exact same colors as your fan to match with your outfits. Now what I'm doing is I'm pressing some glue gun onto the fan and making sure that it is pressed just around the edge of the fan and attaching the feather onto the fan. Okay, make sure that you press it around according to the shape of the fan. Depending on how you want your bridal fan to be, there are different types of fans that you can get on the market. So some fans are in circular mode, some are in triangle mode. So depending on the shape that you want, you get a fan, you get the color of the feather and the fabric, and then you are good to go. So just make sure that you are attaching the feather just according to the shape of the fan or the skeletal fan that you have gotten on the market. I think I got mine at Makola, one of the markets inside Accra, Ghana. So as you can see, I am still pressing some glue onto the fan and still going in circular shape according to how my fan or my skeletal fan is. So that is exactly the movements I am going. A yard of your fan would be enough. I think I got mine. I only bought just a yard, and that is what I'm using for both back and front. So as you can see, this is the frontal part of the fan, and the back part of the fan there hasn't been anything attached, and that is what I am going to do exactly as I did to the other part. So this is the back part of the fan, and I have finished using the feather and the glue gun to attach onto the skeletal part of the fan. So just as you went to circular mode, that is the same way or the same approach you use at the back. Now the fabric I'm going to use to design, as you can see, I am cutting these in circular modes. I didn't really measure, I just decided to cut them in circular modes to bring out the design I wanted at the end of the day. So like I said, choose the color you want as according to your style that you wear for that day, and then use that particular material to do your design. And here my kente was blue, gold, white and burgundy. So I'm cutting this into circular shapes, and that is what I'm going to use to design my fan. So you see the empty part of the fan where there's no feather. This is how I did it. So you fold the circular modes into two, assuming this is the style you are going in for. You fold the circular shape into four different parts, one half on each other, the other half on each other, and then you press some hot glue on it and attach it onto the fan. Same circular modes that you used when you were attaching the feather. That is the same way you use when you are attaching the other material that you are using to design the fan. So this is the second part, or this is the second attachment I'm doing for the blue fabric. So you fold it onto each other 4 times and 2 times. You get 4 different parts, and then you attach it onto the fan. And that is the same method I used to go around the fan. I didn't do anything. I just used the same method as the first and second, and I covered the whole part of the fan where there's enough space. Now I'm going to use the golden trim to attach and cover the edges of the blue fabric. So as you can see, I am pressing on some hot glue onto the edges of the blue fabric, and I'm going ahead to attach the golden trim onto the blue fabric to make it round. And here as I mentioned, you are going to go equally into circular modes as you went by attaching the feather and attaching the blue fabric as well. So you're going to go rounds and rounds and rounds until you are done. I hope you get that. So I am not forwarding it, I'm not fast forwarding it, I'm really going as slow as I can be to make sure that you've gotten what I am doing, attaching the golden trim onto the blue fabric to get my circular shapes, and then we'll move. You would need to take your time and make sure that you are laying everything down so that as you fan yourself on that beautiful day, nothing comes out. So keep going round and keep pressing until you are done. So you continue to go around until you are completely done with the rounds or with the circles. And as you can see, there are holes within the circles. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use my scissor to cut in between where the trims are joined, and then I'll separate each one. So as you can see, I'm using my scissor to cut in between where the trims are joined to make sure that I lay them on top of each other. You can equally cut them into individual pieces and attach them one by one, but I realize it will take a lot of time. So after you have attached them rounds and rounds on your fan, then you use your scissors to cut in between and lie them on top of each other so that it will be flat, so that it doesn't become like a crown on the surface of the fan, because you're going to hold it in the first place. You won't put it down. So you lay them on top of each other, and then everything will lay flat. So no rushing, take your time. It's your beautiful day, you don't want anything to come out, so you have to be generous with the glue gun and make sure that you are stitching each place together and making sure that everything is really sticking on top of each other, so that when you are fanning yourself and you are happily fanning yourself, nothing would come out, no feather will come out, no trimmings will come out, no fabric you have used to design your fan would also come out. So you continue doing that until you are done with all the spaces that are showing on your trims. And if you realize that there are still spaces when you have a look or at a glance, just go ahead and cut some individual pieces and fill in those spaces, and make sure that you are laying them according to how the shape of the trim is. Some shapes are already, or some trims are already shaped, so you lay them according to how you have used the glue gun to attach onto your fan. Another design that I'm going to use with the blue fabric is that I'm going to create some kind of flowers and then put them in the middle of my fan so that it would be complete and the colors would come out very beautiful. So here I'm using thread and needle to, you see the method that I used to attach the blue fabric onto the fan. That's the same method, but this time around we are using thread and needle to sew them together. Okay, kindly watch carefully. I don't know how to explain the method I'm using. I think the professionals would know what I am doing according to technical terms, but please watch carefully. You fold it onto each other 2 times, and then you use the thread and needle to push through and sew it together. I hope you get that. So again, I'm not fast forwarding it. Kindly watch closely and do as I am doing if you are going to use the same method. So you pull through, and for every method, for every side, I used 5 different glue fabrics, as in the front and the back of the fan. I used 5 different glue fabrics or circular shapes. So you pull your thread through and then you tie so that they become very, very tight, and then you get that shape like a rose, or that shape like a leaf, okay? And tie the ends together. When you tie the ends together, you're going to have a shape similar like this, so that it will look like a flower or a rose, or however you may call it, but then this is how it will look like. Now that you have tied the ends, we are going to wrap it around each other to look like this shape. You may choose to make it look like any kind of shape at all you want it to look like, but I chose to make it look like this shape. I don't know how to call this shape, but then I think you already get the movement. So here I'm using glue gun to make sure that everything how I want the shape to be is how I am molding the individual flowers or leaves, if I should say. Be generous with your glue gun so that everything is sticky enough and you can have a very strong fan to fan yourself on your beautiful day. So when you realize that all the parts are tightened or on top of each other, taken very well and strong, then you are good to go. So you keep shaping it according to how you want it to appear on your bridal fan, and then you can finally go ahead and attach it onto your fan. So when you are done, just attach some glue around your newly designed flower, or however you want to call it. Attach some generous amount of glue and paste it at the visible hole in your fan or on your fan. And you are done. Yay! Just press it on and make sure that everything is secured. I keep mentioning that everything should be secured so that nothing comes out when you are fanning yourself on the beautiful day. For the handle, I just used some of the golden trims and basically wrapped it around the handle. So this is the end of the video. I hope you learned something, and this is how I worked it. Bye.